Hi guys, here we are, another video. Sorry, my son just started to talk to me as soon as I started. Do it now, stop it. This is another edition of Old Men Talking, and I got my son home distracting me today. And today we've got no subject lined up, so we're just going to just see what happens really, and then we go from there. Oh, so there we go. Just gonna connect this up.
Yeah.
So I haven't done it.
Well, for me, mostly when it comes to like no topic and everything, I was actually thinking before that about how I've been talking to you about how hectic this month has been. Um,
Yeah,
and I think that would be something to talk about too, and stuff like that, and like I don't know, since me and you've known each other too, it's like since we've been doing this and doing streams together and everything, this is probably the most that we've ever gotten to know about each other. So I don't know. I think maybe having a conversation with one another just about each other, is a good thing too. Because like the thing with spirituality, I think that like with me, I think I kind of gets you confused on stuff with when it comes to me. You know what I mean? Like I don't want you to think like the way I act towards it means that I'm like closed off to all of it. It's just a certain way that I've been, lately and stuff. So stuff like that, I think would be cool to talk about.
yeah, I don't really know much about that really. Um,
Well, it's
but
like
go on.
you know how I told you like you know earlier on in my life, all the way up until I was 30, I was always into drinking and doing drugs and stuff, and like
Yeah,
during that time period, it just there's like even during that time period, I actually got to the point where, like bad things would happen and eventually things inside of me would just kind of go numb, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like instead of freaking feeling bad eventually, it was just you just felt numb, it was numbed out, and it became a habit about of just not talking about stuff. So um whenever it comes to me talking about spiritual stuff and everything, don't think that I'm like trying to freaking close myself off from discussing it or anything like that. It's just a habit that I've had, and it's not a bad thing to talk about or anything for me personally. It's just that's just how it's how I was basically I trained myself, and it's something that I really do need to get out of. You know what I mean? So don't
yeah.
think it's anything like that.
I tend to close myself off for it when I go through a bad spell. And no one worse than me. I switch right off from it.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it doesn't happen too often though. Usually, the bad things that happen in our life is to do with my son when he goes winds us up to the point where we absolutely go crazy with him. But otherwise, most of the time, fingers crossed, touch wood. It's okay.
Hmm.
Like, but it's just difficult for me because since my like I don't know awakening through religion I was in, it's just been part of my life ever since, in different ways, different stages and forms. So it's just part of me really to be able to talk about it. It's probably gone a lot more part of me than the last 6 months, yeah, than it was before. Um, but it's just like part of me. It's like I understand people are closed off and for different reasons, and I have been myself, and I do sometimes do it myself. But for me, spirituality is a way of being open to your um, connection to your higher self, to the spiritual realm, whatever you want to say it is, to God, whatever you believe it is. it's just that, and as time goes on with me, it's just become more open and stuff. It's just become more, and that's pretty much it. Again, back to January, I saw a post on Facebook. Someone says, 20 whenever it was, 24th of January, only another 1,500 days of January to go. It's pretty much what it feels like, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's an awful month. I thought it was over with today. I thought it was the last day today. I thought, no, there's another day tomorrow again, the 31st. I thought, no way. It's going to be like February or 28 days or something, you know?
Yeah, yeah. This month has been just freaking hectic, you know.
Yeah.
It's one thing right after the other. We were talking last week about the weather, you know what I mean? And this week we had rain all the way through. I mean, from the beginning all the way to the end. I think yesterday and today was the only day we didn't have rain. And in the middle of January, we had flash floods, you know?
Yeah.
And that was just one thing that happened. And then my aunt passed away. I told you about her, you know?
Yeah.
And it just kept, it keeps on going and stuff. It's just, this whole month has been horrible. I mean, really, it has. It's just been horrible.
I know. I used to find that I used to have bad Christmases, which I'd have had a lot of bad Christmases. Usually then I'd have a good New Year. Not mean the New Year's Day, just January the next year would be quite good then if I had a bad Christmas. So that used to be the case, but not any longer really. Most of the time it's pretty crap, different things going on. There's nothing really to write home about.
Yeah.
But Jeff, I think it's psychological as well. With these months, obviously, when bad things happen, you can't not being psychological, but I think the months you get into a frame of mind, you think, oh, it's January, and it's like, oh, it's like never ending. I think a lot of us get into that way of thinking, and it's probably preconditioning over years. When Mike is 50 odd years on the planet, you just get to think, oh, another one, another January, and you've had so many like it, you just think, oh, here we go, it's going to be, a 1,000-day month. And it's like, and then when February comes, you say, oh, it's a bit better now, it's a bit brighter now. Everything seems to brighten up a bit. Then you get close to spring then. And March is a bit of a bit of both. You're close to spring and you're still stuck in winter. And then you got the financial year, which is what I call the real New Year. I always call it, I don't know why, I've just always, April the 1st to me always seems like a spiritual New Year to me. I just don't know why it is. I just can't explain it. It just always seems like that. Even though I've never been like shown it, I just always feel like it is. I just don't know why that is. I just do. Pretty weird. Just my way of thinking. Nobody else has ever said that. It's just me. A lot of opinions I have about things. It's just my opinions because I don't tend to watch many videos. I don't tend to read books. I don't read books at all. I just either get guided to my information or I just stumble upon it. Sometimes I'll see some TikTok videos, sometimes on YouTube videos, and it just says something like, that makes sense. Before I'm told, when you see stuff like that and you think, oh, that rings a bell, that makes sense. It's not like you're learning it, you've forgotten it, and it's just reminding you of it. Because you've got all the knowledge to everything question you ever got. It's all inside you now. It's there. Every single question you've ever had or will ever have. It's already, you already know the answers. It's up. If you can connect high enough to your higher self, it's there. The answers are there. But most people, vast majority of people, don't ever get to that far. But when you watch something or read something and you think, oh my god, that rings a bell. That resonates to me. It's just you remembering it. That's my opinion. So
I don't know. I was talking to Jeffy in the last episode, and we were talking about that, and he was wondering if you watched David Icke and all that stuff, and that was when you was having your video problems, and I was telling him, I was like, no, dude, that's the most amazing thing when it comes to John. I'm like, the dude hasn't been influenced by freaking anybody David Icke or freaking Maxwell or any of those guys. And ever since I've known you, you know what I mean? It's always been that way with you. Like when you started your videos with even UFOs and aliens or ghosts, you know what I mean? You didn't like get into the whole ghost stories or anything. You just started putting footage up of sightings and everything, you know?
Hmm.
And it's always been just what you put on there. It was never anything that had influenced you in a way. At least that's the way I seen it.
No, I mean, obviously people post ghost videos and compilations. Yes, there's quite probably loads on YouTube. I haven't looked in recent years, but there probably are loads on there. But I think the way that we did it with the music and stuff that was not done. I don't think anyone that I know. I've seen obviously creepy videos with music, but not to the way we did it with music. I think that was quite unique back then. Anyway, I don't know about now, but back then I never saw anything like it. Or if you did, you'd see standard like YouTube music, and it would play right throughout the whole video. You'd have different clips, but the same music would be on all the way through. You wouldn't have like different music for different clips, like the way we did it.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't know anyone that does it like that. I'm not really I don't watch videos like that now anymore, so I don't really know. But at the time, I thought that was quite unique to us as a channel, definitely. And even when we went on, did It's a Weird World, the effects and stuff we used, again, you still see people using effects, but not to the degree we did then. Even then, we were sort of using stuff that wasn't really done. Or down to Julian than me in that sense. It was him that really got the ball running that idea. But, there we go. In the end, it just didn't work out. We just went. I let Julian take over that channel because I couldn't update that one on this one, and he just went into the like horror side of it too much, and it just put people off, and the views went down and down, and eventually he just gave up, and that was the end of that. Still got the channel, but obviously nothing's been done with it at the moment. I did have plans for it, but because my son being off and on school, it's just gone out the window for now till things settle down. So.
Yeah. Thing is, we made it to episode 11. Hopefully, we can get our episode 12 in and we can take the break that we were talking about. But
Yeah.
if it gets too hectic, man, let me know and we can call it short on the 12th episode. It'd just be nice to get 12. I don't know why I'm thinking 12, but it would be nice.
No, it's fine. I mean, he does like bother me a little bit when he came right at the start. It was really bad timing, but it's fine, it's all good. Most of the time he's pretty good. But if he's off tomorrow, I probably may have to water in the wine, because with Michael, the long interviews, they're always an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours, and I can't do a 2 hour one with my son home. That's impossible. An hour, yes, I can get by for an hour. I can keep him occupied for an hour, but up to 2 hours, I just can't do it. I'd be back and forth off this camera all the time. It would just ruin it.
Yeah.
If he's off, hopefully he won't be, but if he is,
that's the one thing. I think that's the hardest thing for people to do, is be able to freaking take care of their kids and be able to like stay focused on anything really. You know what I mean? It's just really tough to do. That's why I said that. It's like I said, if it becomes a problem, let me know.
Yeah. No, this isn't
week,
a problem. Just the Michael show might be mainly because it. Maybe because when Michael starts talking, he's, he talks. He could be talking like for 20 minutes or 30 minutes, and it's not very nice if I suddenly got to disappear right in the middle when he's in full stream just to sort my son out. I just can't do that. It's not really going to be fair. You know what I mean? It's different when me and you talk. We just talk for a couple of minutes and we stop and start. But with Michael, when he starts, well, I think the longest I had him, he talked 40 minutes once. First walked into mine. It was like, well, I can't do that with my son around. I just can't. So that's the only thing. I'll warn Michael today that I might be. I'll check with Michael if he's going to be there tomorrow anyway. But I'll just say to him if my son's off, I'll have to abort just until hopefully next week.
Well,
So
especially when Michael does his talks and stuff. Like I freaking want to hear it too. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
exactly. I don't want to
He,
be leaving the room and missing it.
yeah, because he's always got good stuff to say. I
Of
mean,
course, yeah.
he's got good stuff to say. So
And
it's pretty cool.
I like talking to him because he sort of, I don't know, he just learns so much. When you say something like last week's episode, and you say something and it resonates with him, and you can see the light bulb lighting up in his head. Because I said about what did I say about creators sometimes can be channeling stuff. I don't know if you remember.
Uh,
And he like a light bulb moment. I could see it in him and he said, "Oh, that makes sense." And I thought, "Oh wow, if I can help, if a guy like this gets resonates with something I say, I think that's really cool because he's so up there. Such an amazing guy. It's just really cool. It makes it worthwhile." But there's a guy I've been trying to get to interview for like 4 months now. Just can't do it. The chap I did a video on It's a Weird World about it. He had a near-death experience. Him now, he is in a different league again from me, from Michael. He is way, way up there. He's total different league. But I cannot tie him down to have an interview. Can't do it. So big gutting. It's like everything he says. I like I'm peering over a fence trying to understand what he's saying because it's somewhere in my head. I can't grasp it. He's really, really up there.
mm,
But there again, it's not meant to be, so it doesn't happen. So if it's meant to be, it'll just happen, won't it? So it's just not happening. So there we go.
well, it's kind of like with Karma. She kept getting into a freaking argument with me about what I was saying about content creators too. Like if you're trying to contact content creators and like they've got more views and everything than what you do, it seems harder to freaking get them to come on your show,
Yeah, of course, yeah,
because they get, for some reason they have this idea like they're just way beyond you, and she couldn't understand that, and she thought that like Jaffe was a big channel and he only has like 1,500 freaking people. You know what I mean?
mm.
And I tried to explain to her like 1,500 people. That's not a big channel. Freaking
No,
me and you are both into gaming, and you know what I'm talking about. Like
yeah, I know,
you're just starting out when you hit freaking 1,000 viewers or
yeah,
subscribers, and she just couldn't understand that. And my whole point is like freaking at the time she was making it out like he was a big creator and everything, and I just didn't want anything to do with him, because I know the attitude that they give. And like there's a guy that goes on Jaffe's show that he keeps telling Jaffe that he needs to get David Icke on there, and I was on there, and I just came out and said, good luck getting David Icke to come on your show, man.
mm.
Like, freaking, he goes, what do you mean by that? I said, well, let me put it to you this way. You don't have the money and you don't have the freaking followers, okay? And that's what it comes down to. It
Yeah,
seems like even people who are doing those kind of videos, and you might think they're all great and freaking they just love you to death and everything. They're doing it for money. you know
yeah,
David Icke's not going to take time out of a freaking doing shows in those big stadiums with freaking thousands of people
no,
paying
no,
to get in to come and interview on your freaking small YouTube channel. um So like that's the thing that I get from it, you know what I mean? And you kind of have to, and it's not just about content creators, but like how you said this guy's beyond you, that could be it too. He could just have like this attitude about it. I've ran into people that I wanted to interview, and they're getting on there telling you they want you to pay them freaking like $200 for a freaking interview, dude.
Yeah, I know what you
You
mean.
know?
Yeah, this person though, he's not a big YouTuber or anything like that. He's just he's an author. But he's not. He's just like up there spiritually. If I mean, he's not up there because he's got a lot of followers or he's like a TV star. He's just up there like, right, stuff like that, you know. So that's what I meant by with him. But I agree with you totally. Yeah, David Icke is never going to go on a show like that. We'd have more chance, to be honest, him coming on with us with that, because to be honest, the amount of subscribers we've got is quite a lot. You know, you're seeing like bands that we've followed since we were young, and you look at their subs and they got like sometimes less than us. You know what I mean? It's just like, wow. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You don't realise how big the channel become, so to speak.
Yeah. No.
What do you want?
It for me, the one thing that always gets to me about it though is like freaking when you reach out to these people, you know what I mean? It's like they do have that kind of attitude, and it's like, what's the point of getting on here and talking the way you're talking, and then treat everything like it's all about money? You know what I mean? And it would be different if it was just somebody on here freaking making video games streams. You know what I mean? Or just regular YouTube streamers, but like this is people like David Icke getting on here talking about free your mind and freaking don't be a slave to freaking society and blah blah blah, and then freaking he wants you to freaking pay him money to show up and get an interview. That's kind of crazy. There was another guy. He was real big on talking about being abducted by aliens and was like kidnapped and forced into this secret space program. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And I was curious about his story, and I wanted him to just get on and tell the story. So I go and I check out his freaking website that he had set up, and I hadn't seen him or I checked on him for like 2 3 years. I went back and checked it out, and that's what he was doing. He was telling people that freaking he wanted money to be interviewed. I'm like, what? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Come on, dude. You,
There's a woman I started following on YouTube. She got about 200,000 subs, maybe 300. Um, very, I suppose, gifted spiritually. So I was just like looking into like her links and stuff like that to see what she was about. And there was a course she does, a Zoom course, and it's £300 to actually do for a 1 hour Zoom call with her. And I thought,
oh,
you know what I mean? I couldn't believe it. And there she's telling
yeah,
people all about the spiritual stuff and what have you. And then the next thing, I just couldn't believe it. And she's living in Dubai. She's earning $40,000 or pounds a month at the age of 21 from YouTube, and now I don't know what she's earning now. And it's just like, wow, you know what I mean? You're like you're trying to reach out to people and trying to encourage people, awaken people, and do like that, and yet you're restricting them by charging ridiculous amounts of money. You know what I mean? It's just like, I know, fair enough. You got to live. Everyone's got to live, what have you? But it's just like, I thought that was just crazy. You know what I mean? I really
yeah,
did.
yeah.
Uh,
I know. I've seen that. Like uh, and I'm not saying it about everybody who's into spirituality. You know what I mean? I'm saying it about a lot of them who do the whole thing with the crystal energies and
yeah,
freaking purified water and shit. They'll get on here and start telling you they'll read you their tarot cards for you, and then they'll tell you that you need to get these crystals and freaking put them in purified water and soak them and stuff. And of course, they'll be willing to freaking sell you all the stuff that you need. You know what I mean? And as you're listening to these people, if you're paying attention and you don't fall for it, you'll start noticing it all has to do with money.
Yeah.
Everything, you know. So
Yeah, it's
that's
bad.
the
Yeah, I didn't like that. You know what I mean? I just don't know. You know, I didn't. No, it put me right off when I saw that. It really did. I thought, no, fair enough. She's got a gift. Like I can't deny she didn't have a gift. What she's talking about, and it did help me. It did resonate with me some stuff, but it was just like, what the hell? Um, you know, things that she's paying, wanted to pay to her for, you could have people do for free. You know, I mean, if you just, I mean, I helped someone for free. That's doing what she was doing. Some of us, maybe not as good as her, maybe not. No, because but I would do it for free if I had the time. It's just that, it's just crazy. You know what I mean? Just crazy.
yeah,
Because as you know, I'm a healer, and I've healed for a long time. I could go and start charging for healing, but I'd never do it. I wouldn't dream of it because, for starters, I never know when it's going to work when it does work. So that's the first thing, because with me it's hit and miss anyway. But I just wouldn't dream of it. I just thought, no way. I just would not ever. I just can't even think about doing it. You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
you're just sort of like, if you do stuff like that, you're sort of like, um, I don't know. You're working on people's insecurities about stuff. I think, and you know, there's no need for anyone to pay to become more awakened. The truth is out there. You've just got to look for it. It's there. Everything you need is there. All the answers are out there. If you need healing by crystals, stuff like that, which crystals can help you. Helped me years ago. I suffered with lightheadedness for over about 6 weeks, and by pure coincidence, my partner bought these crystals. She said about this one is supposed to keep you more grounded. So every time I felt lightheaded, I grabbed this crystal. And first of all, it took about a minute and a half, but I felt myself, the lightheadedness going. And over time, literally a couple of seconds, by the end, I don't use them no more. Literally 30 seconds, lightheadedness would just be gone, just by holding a certain crystal. So I know for a fact they do work, but again, you know, I won't go charging people. Just, you know, no way. I just
yeah.
don't believe in it. I really don't.
Well, there's a difference between, you know, believing in crystals and being a person who owns a freaking shop, sitting in the back of your shop in the office doing
Lost you.
freaking podcast. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like that. That basically the word for it is being a charlatan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you're, I mean, that's what I'm saying. There's a difference between it, and it's kind of like with what we've been doing. You know, I've been noticing that it's catching on because the other day I was doing a summer show with Austin, and the things that he said before the show seemed to be jiving with what me and you and Bob Dub have been talking about creating a community. You know what I mean, of people who are like-minded and freaking just trying to work with each other and help each other out, you know, and stuff like that. And he's getting that message, and I think that's really cool, you know, because I mean, and it's not even just about spirituality or the paranormal or anything like that, because we've even got we we've even got Tan and Mark and all them involved too, you know, and Robot, you know. So I think I think it's actually showing, you know, that that's the direction where we're going. So
Yeah.
that's just me, my personal thoughts
Yeah.
on it, you know.
That's a good. It's a good direction anyway. Yeah, definitely. I definitely think that's a way forward for sure.
Mhm.
Um, and after one of my dreams, I saw something about like this like town cocoon from the outside, like a little community, like, a little town. I don't even know what it meant, but I don't know, maybe it's linked to this, I don't know. But I saw it, and I still don't properly understand what I saw. Yeah, I'm going to say something there, it's gone on my head. Yeah, Austin's, I didn't see the show yet, but was Austin saying about his awakening and stuff in his video to you? Or,
Yeah, he was talking some on it, and um, I really think that maybe you and him should sit down because he was talking about some good stuff that he wanted to talk with you about, and
yeah. We've been
maybe
trying to sort out an interview for like 3 months. It just never happens. You know,
well,
it's a
nothing
shame.
if
Can't just seem
nothing
to organise
else,
it.
we can get kind of like maybe a round table or something where you're both in it and everything, just something. But the timing is what's so weird because like with Summer and with him, it's like late in the afternoon. You know what I mean? Whereas with you, I have to be on here at 5 in the morning, so I
Yeah,
can see the time differences being an issue.
yeah. I think
You
there's
know?
like when I interview his mum, I interview at 1 my time. I think it's 8 her time. I'm not sure. I think Austin's in the same time zone as his mum, is he? I think so. I think he is.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think with Austin, he's always working when I do my shows. I do Monday to Friday, and he's working Monday to Friday. That's always been the issue. I've never been able to catch him on the same time, clear day to do it, because I know we got
Mm.
loads in common. Um, and I'm sure we'd hit it off really well, but it's just we can't, because it's not meant to be as yet. So I don't know what to say.
Mm.
When it's meant to be, it'll just happen, I think.
Yeah.
Um, I do
Did
feel.
you?
Go on.
Oh, sorry. Did you see the episode before that with Darker Things when he came on there with the
No, I didn't
chat?
know. I just have no time to watch. I'm behind, way behind on videos. I'm months behind on videos and stuff. Still haven't finished watching some of the videos. Started watching videos from months ago. It's just crazy. Especially when we put out so much content as we do as well. It's just like,
He completely blew me out of the water, dude. Like, you know how long we've known that guy?
yeah,
All the time that we've known him, he never once spoke about anything he said in that in that show until that chat when he heard Summer talking about her daughter and being a slider.
all right.
All of a sudden, he just starts talking about all the stuff that's happened to him when it comes to being around electronics and stuff. And then he starts talking about having clairvoyance or stuff like that. And then he even mentioned that he's actually been able to be a healer like you have. And I told Summer, I was like, this is news to me. I've known him for well over 2 years, and not once has he ever opened up like that before, ever. I mean, that was the most I've ever heard him talk about himself personally.
Hmm. No, I have to
You know
watch
what I
that.
mean?
There's another
So
one I was supposed to interview. It never happened as well. Another one. It's just not meant to be with me and interviewing people at the moment. I don't say it's forever. Just this current time and place, wherever I am, I'm not meant to do it at the present. It's
don't
just the way it
don't
is.
force
Yeah.
don't
Um,
don't force it. Just
it
let it
happens like
happen.
that with me with healing. Even sometimes I can go like 3, 4 months and I can't heal at all, and I know it's just a growth spell. And then I heal, and then I heal better than I did before. And I'm not quite sure with interviews what it is, but I think it's some sort of growth spell to do with that as well. I think when I get back to it, I'll be better at it than I was before as well. I think I will be. Um, but I'm not really sure. I just think it's some sort of growth spell. I think that's why the problems I'm having with my son being home as well, restricting me from getting stuff done like I want to. It's all linked because it happened before with him. Probably caused two of my biggest breaks on World Awareness because my son being home. Uh, First time was COVID because he was off for like 3 months, I think it was. So I couldn't make no videos for months. And then I started back, and I was doing them different. I was doing the what do you call it? I can remember what it was now. I was doing different sort of videos. I started to go in different ways, and then my son was home again for being bullied and stuff in school for 3 months. And that was the second time that I stopped Wonderful Wilderness. I think I stopped them for 18 months because of however long it was, because of him being off. And now he's off and on again, so it's just really disorientated for me. But everything happens for a reason, you know what I mean? You just can't. You just got to go with the flow, and you. There's always a reason.
Yeah.
There's always a purpose to things. As unsettling as it is, just got to go with it until it's right the storm, innit? Until we get through it.
Yeah. Pretty much. And like I said, if you need to freaking take breaks and stuff, let me know.
Yeah.
And freaking, I mean, I understand completely I don't know what you're going through because nobody really does, you know what I mean? But like, I understand where you're coming from at least.
Well, it's just
Yeah.
what it is. You sort of get him ready for school, and then literally seconds before he goes to school, he feels sick. Sometimes is sick, and then you can't take him to school, and it's just like, what the hell? And you got all your day's plans then are just like gone, and you just or disrupted, you know. And it's just
Hmm.
like this is what happened today. He's meant to go to school today, and he was sick just before he went to school. He was sick. I think he's brought on from anxiety. He's got medicines for his sickness, and it does work, but he won't take it, so that doesn't help either. So it's just like, you know what I mean? It's just I had plans for today again. Although this time he was off. Yes, I sort of kept him, didn't make him too thing because I feeling he was going to be off. You know, I knew I was doing this show, but I thought I'd probably be able to get through it without any incidents. Hoping I'd get through it without any incidents. But I had other plans as well, but podcasts to do and stuff like that. But there we go. Probably start next month now. It's only tomorrow to go for January, and then start February fresh. Then hopefully it'll be better then, so to
Oh,
speak.
yeah. I've
So
been scheduling up some extra stuff too. Freaking that one paranormal video didn't hit off too well, but I'm okay with it because I was able to catch about 4 or 5 of the freaking trolls that's been coming onto the channel. I told you I'm gonna keep an eye out for them, and
yeah, I
I don't,
watched. Oh yeah, go on.
I don't really care about saying it on the stream, because I want people to know that like you're a really good guy. And for these people to be coming on here and acting the way they do with you, that's uncalled for. And if it's been going on for years, they should be ashamed of themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
Um,
You know. Have you looked at the
so
block list?
I've seen it.
Yeah,
I've seen it,
it's
and
massive, isn't it?
that's my yeah. And I've seen that. So like, just fair warning to anybody who's watching this stream: you come on and you start trolling, you're getting muted from the freaking channel. I mean, it's just not going to be tolerated anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
And
mean,
muted.
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just saying I agree. If they got like a genuine like issue, like if there's something they're not happy with or for something, they just politely tell us. You don't have to be like, like one comment I saw, that's 55 seconds of my life gone, or whatever, like, well, so what? It probably took you longer than that to write that bloody message. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
But,
And like that right there, freaking to me is just telling on yourself. Like you just told who one of the trolls are. You know what I mean? The person
mm,
that's coming on and talking smack over videos is most likely the guy that's coming on and freaking being a troll on your channel and downvoting just because they don't like you. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So that's a positive thing. And I've been checking the analytics out while all this stuff is going on, and yeah, the subscriptions are going down like you said, but I noticed that it's not affecting your return viewers. You're still
no,
getting the same amount of return viewers as what you were getting before, you know. Yeah, as a matter of fact, your views are going up.
yeah.
So
I think,
That's the weird part about all of it. It's like your views are going up, but your subscribers are going down. So that would probably be something to do with old subscribers that aren't active or something. Maybe
yeah, and maybe
I don't know.
they don't like the content, but they're not really giving it a chance because, as say, you're bringing out new stuff, new content and stuff, which is a bit more familiar with what I used to do. But if people don't want to give it a chance, it's up to them, innit? You know, it's
Yeah.
their call. Um, yeah, but yes, I've noticed the views going up. I think it's because we've got videos going every single day now. Virtually, I think it is every day, is it now? Because there's so
Yeah.
much content, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas before it used to be every other day I used to try and do a video. So obviously that's gonna make a difference, massive difference. We're doing more live streams now, and I was just doing one on occasion, so that's gonna make a big difference as well. Um, the suggested videos, it was going up. I think it went up to 9%. It was on 0.7. That's how bad it was. It went up to 9. I think it
Mm-hmm.
was down to 7 the last time I saw it, but still go on the up generally, which is what we want because the suggested videos is what's going to bring the new people into the channel. People who want to see the stuff we're doing. So
Yeah.
that's the ones we got to aim for because that's the ones that's going to turn it around and start the subs free
Now,
fall, so to speak. You know.
now I have been checking that out, and I've been keeping an eye on it. It's still not as high as what your return viewers are, which
Yeah.
you've got a lot of return viewers too. So
Yeah.
just
That's
so
good.
you understand, you
That's
know
good.
what I mean. Um, but the new viewers aren't above that. And usually, I'm used to seeing it the other way around: more new viewers than
Yeah.
return viewers. But I'm not going to say that's a bad thing because with the amount of return viewers on this channel, it's amazing. But
Yeah.
I am keeping an eye on it and everything. So
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think overall it's positive. So I saw you do a community post after me. Yeah, yeah, which is good. You know, um, it's good to let people know what's going on as well, and let them know what's going on in the future, and it's just an idea because people don't like change. We don't like change. You know what I mean? So I think it's give an idea what's going on. I think after a
mm-hmm.
few months, when the channel settles down, you get a better idea of what's working, what's not. I've noticed the summer Todd streams seem to do well live. They're good live viewing figures. I haven't looked at the um, archived videos, but I just happened to notice it before we started. They're
Mm-hmm.
doing well. Into the Abyss, the first one we did, that did well. We've only haven't been able to do one so far of that, so
Yeah.
don't know how that's going to be long term. But yeah, the summer Todd it probably could be as well because it's a better time for people of your side of the pond as well than when I do my live streams. Cause I like this is like 11 o'clock. It's 11 for me, but it's like 5 a.m. So you're not with you or something. So that's if people around your time zone are watching this. Well, I want to watch this. They're going to miss it because they're probably going to be asleep. You know. So that doesn't help matters either.
Well,
Um,
I've noticed though the English seem to like these hours a lot better, and like for some reason over there on your side of the pond, everybody seems to be more receptive when it comes to this kind of video. I
right.
mean,
Okay.
it's really weird to be honest. It really is weird. I mean, I've had dealings with people in England and stuff like that before, but not like this. Like it's not just with you, but it's like with Mark Edworthy, and now I've got even with Jaffe and them over in Korea. It's not the same as like with you and freaking Mark, and then I've got Rapid with my gaming and stuff, you know. So it's and then Zach with Disney. That just blew me out of my mind, man. All he talks about is Disney World, and freaking people love him. All
Yeah.
right,
Zach's
I
amazing.
mean
I love Zach.
that that just amazes me with him, man. He all he talks about is Disney World. That's
Mm,
it, you know.
yeah.
And he people love them. Everybody gives them freaking. Even Karma was like, man, I want to talk to Zach. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, I know. He was cool. Um,
so
the other guy was just what's the other guy you said you do game with? What's his name?
rapid
Yeah,
glitch.
I think it's him that's commented some of my posts on Home and Away at the Discord. And he seems a really nice guy. I don't think I know him otherwise, but really well. But he seemed pretty decent, from what I've
Yeah,
seen.
he wanted me to ask you about arcade retro emulators and stuff. So
Well,
he
yeah,
he he's see with Rapid, like he freaking takes criticism not very well. You know what I mean? Like he
yeah,
gets on Facebook and like some jackhole makes a criticism because he used a freaking arcade mode on our console instead of an actual arcade. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And because the guy mentions it, he pulls down all of freaking the arcade videos he had for retro gaming. You know what I mean?
No,
And
no,
I,
he's
I, try, I tried to explain it to him like you can't let people do that to you,
no. I
like
agree.
you know. Um, but that's the thing with him. And now he wants to get arcade, like actual arcade, and I'm like, man, you're gonna have to do MAME, and MAME is really hard. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? So
it is. Yeah, I had MAME set up on my other computer. It's like something like 100 GB download. The full MAME set. Um,
uh,
and then you need the CHDs as well for some of them. I did a lot of MAME videos on my channel, game channel. It can be a
yeah,
pain to set up. It's not good. The funny thing I found talking about arcades, I did not know this till yesterday. You know the GameCube console, you're familiar with it, yeah? GameCube console?
yeah.
Did you know there was a
Hmm.
GameCube arcade system that only made 3 games? Only 3 games I'm aware of. Maybe there are more, but only three. Actually, that was in the arcade system. Did you actually know that?
No, I
And I
did
found
not
out
know that.
yesterday, and I found out you can actually play them on the Wii, and I think on the GameCube as well. If you got a modded GameCube. Yeah, and there was F-Zero arcade and 2 Mario Kart games arcades that were solely for the arcades, but they're based off GameCube architecture, which I only found out yesterday. I didn't even know that till yesterday. So
Oh
I've got the
wow.
games ready, and I'm going to at some point install them and have a go at them. At some point.
Now, you were telling me that yesterday, right? You
Yeah, I
were
think I
like
did. Yeah,
setting up mods and everything. Now, are you doing that on an actual Wii
yeah,
or on the computer?
Wii.
Oh
What
my
what it is?
goodness.
I had got a modded Wii from years ago. I modded it myself, and there's so much you can do to it. I've got all of my Wii games on a hard drive, and I play them all off the hard drive on the console. But you're not meant to. You can't do it without modding it for starters. But also you can play Nintendo games, Super Nintendo games, Commodore 64 games, Atari games, Nintendo 64. I think I said Super NES, Super Nintendo games, Mega Drive games. You can play them all on the Wii, and most of them play flawlessly. And it's just a mod, and then you actually have to add the games. And you think to myself, my God, this console's got so much going for it. There's so much you can do in it, and you just think, wow, people aren't aware of it. Um, and I say, like CollectorVision, is that an arcade or something like that can
Uh,
played on it? There's loads of stuff can be played on it. Amiga can be played on it. I don't know how to set
yeah.
that up, but I know that you can do it all on it.
No,
Um,
I've heard of Amiga. I haven't never messed with it, but I've heard
Yeah,
of it.
I haven't. I've seen the computers in action, but I've never actually had one or done the emulator. No. So yeah, what it is, my son wanted to set the Wii up in the front room because he played with his cousins a Wii, and I set it all up, and I updated it all yesterday. Updated the mods and everything like that, the loaders and everything on it, and now I'm looking into adding the rest of the stuff back on it now when I get a chance. because he's off now. Of course, I can't do it. So wait till he's back in school.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the next thing. Yeah, so it's quite amazing. Cheap console, you can probably pick one up for 20 quid if you're lucky. And amazing what you
Yeah.
can do in it. You can even play GameCube games on it because if you've got the original Wii, because it's got 4 GameCube controller slots on it and GameCube memory card slot on it on the original Wii. So you can actually just plug in a GameCube game straight into it from the start anyway, without even modding it.
And see,
So
the mod thing is what got me interested in it because, like, I've heard of people talking about it and just vaguely, but like, I mean, my sister has her old Wii sitting over at her house, you know, and it's like freaking, like you said, $20, and bam, you got it. You go
yeah,
in there and mod it up.
yeah, it doesn't take long. You need a SD card, the big SD cards, to mod it, to put the loaders and stuff on, and then it's up to you. Then you even get a hard drive to load the games from, or you can load them from disk. I think as I haven't done it from disk for a long time. I'm sure you can. You could even do it all on SD card if you get a big enough SD card. You can even load them up from there, and you can do it that way. There's other options,
Yeah.
And I use a program called Hack Me or something. I used it, and I think it's Hack Me. And you put the hack on, homebrew channel on, and then you do it on a computer basically. You get the SD card ready from the computer. You put on everything you want to put on it. You Hack Me, you then load that thing onto it, and then you just run it all, and it just installs it, and oh, it's amazing, absolutely amazing. I
It
got my
sounds
Wii now.
like it
I've got the
is.
standard. I've got all like a red background and a fire flames background, everything on it. It's all like modded, completely up to date. Everything else. Got 1 or 2 things to add to it, and it's really really cool. Um, and as you say, you can play all the old games like Mega Drive games just with your Wii remote with the direction buttons and everything. It's pretty cool. It's mega cool. Um, and you can play it on a Wii U as well. If you've got a Wii U, you can play the Wii games, all the Wii games on that. You can put a Wii. It's got a Wii built in on the Wii U as well, so you can do it that way as well if you want to.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna mention that to you earlier because I know you sent me a couple messages saying you was gonna spend the whole day yesterday modding your Wii,
yeah,
and I forgot to mention it, so I figured I'd mention it to you now. So that that's kind of the stuff I was talking about, just kicking back, chilling out, having a conversation, nothing serious. Try to
yeah.
try to
The
see
thing,
about
the thing
that.
with the Wii as well, it keeps you fit as well. It can keep you fit. That's what I used to use before I had a treadmill years ago when I lived on my own. I go on the Wii every day. There's different things you can do, and you can run basically on the spot, but on the screen you're running through like a village and stuff like that, and it's like it gets the heart going, like you're bowling and stuff like that. It's a quite an amazing console, it really is. For fitness as well, coordination. It's very good. Yeah, well worth it. Well worth setting one up if you can get one cheap. Well worth it. I'll get your sister's off her if she's not using it.
Mhm.
I'll help you out. I'll point you out the right direction. I had to look into the new way of doing it because I modded mine a long time ago. But it's very simple, the new way. Very, very simple.
Yeah, isn't one of the original games actually like tennis?
Yeah, Wii Sports, yeah, it's got bowling on it and tennis, I think. What's the other? Running, is there hula hoop on it? Or is that Wii Fit? I get them
Hmm.
mixed up. There's a few different ones, and there's Wii Sports Resort, and it's got more. You got like 100 pin, 10 pin bowling, 100 pin bowling. That's quite a challenge to get strikes on them. Stuff like that, and sword fighting is on that, and honestly, a few minutes doing that, and you're knackered. You know what I mean? It's really
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. So
I'd do the sword fighting. That sounds like it could be interesting.
yeah,
Like,
just get you
that
fit.
never.
Yeah, for sure.
That's, so, how long have we actually been on? Have you been keeping track?
It's 11:56 now, so nearly an hour.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah,
So we about 4 more minutes.
yeah.
So what else has happened to you this month that you wish to discuss?
uh, Not much really. Too deep for this program anyway. No, it's way too deep. Not to start it 4 minutes from the end.
Yeah.
Stuff to do with dimensions and stuff like that. I'm not really going into that now because that's just mega deep. Um, yeah, nothing much really. Just plodding along. Just trying to get this month out of the way. Trying to get a schedule that I can stick to and stuff like that. Trying to get
No.
interviews done, which none of them are happening, and it's just like it was weird before with the interviews, right? When I never really found the right place for them, because when they were on One for World Awareness, they just went down and down and down and down in the views. Everyone went less than the one before almost, and so I went and put them on my new channel, and then like as soon as I put them on my new channel, I did one with Vince, and then they've stopped. So it's like I never really found a place for them. Like I don't know, it's just not really like the solo podcast. That's worked out really well. I'm happy with that, and happy with the growth of my new channel with them. They've really, I'm quite happy with the progress because I've had it shared it. But like the interviews, I just don't know. It's something that never clicked right with it. Probably don't really know what it is. Let's get to the point of this now. There was a reason me saying that. Oh God, it's gone.
Probably
Yeah,
getting.
gone wherever it was. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I've noticed.
Go
Oh, go ahead before you forget.
on. Well, I got shown, if you'll believe in spiritual stuff, whatever, again, is because I was thinking one day, if I've started my new channel, because I've always got shown from the start. Shh, out, go. In a minute, go. Sorry about that. Son asking where I'm finishing. When I got shown when I started my new channel that this channel was going to fly after I created, not like it's going to fly the first month or 2 months, but it was going to take off really rapid. And it's gained 35 subs in just about nearly 2 months now, and I've already shared it anyway, so I'm quite happy with that. That's pretty good going for a new channel to get 35 subs. But I got shown one day, I was just thinking about it one day, and I'm thinking, oh, it'd be nice to have more views and what have you. And I just got shown that once your audience finds it, then boom, it's going to fly. Your audience is going to find you, They're looking for you, and you're looking for them. And it's just like a meeting of like minds, so to speak. And it could be the same with the interviews. I've not found the audience for them yet, whatever channel, just maybe not found the audience that really wants to see them yet. But they are out there. It's just got to wait till it happens. Got to ride the storm, so to speak. So.
I'll tell you what. The more the more I see the posts from your channel and everything with the interviews and all that stuff, I'll start sharing them too with mines. And well, I don't have Facebook anymore, but I do get on Twitter and all that stuff. I can start doing that as well, so I can kind of go ahead and make it available for that stuff right there. So if you're still posting and stuff, I'll set it up and get it going to where more people gets views on it, because it's kind of it's the same old story as what I've been telling a lot of people in the last 2-3 weeks. It's these focus groups, you know what I mean? Daffy last week didn't even want to hear what I had to say after the show, like, stop trying to find, put your stuff out there for everybody. You got to have a freaking focus group that people are like minded as you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
niche.
yeah, I mean, and it might suck, but that's just the way it is. I mean, and I'm tired of being a rebel. You know what happens with people who are rebels?
Well,
They got a soft ass. Har- Every hard head has a soft ass. You know,
yeah.
keep bumping your head, man. Eventually, you're freaking gonna stop because your butt hurts too much. So,
Yeah, that's my point of view. Is if you're going a direction that's not working, then you just change your direction. As what Mike said last week about jiu-jitsu, you just change it, you alternate it, and that's what
mm-hmm.
I've done in with all my channels. I always reinvent myself, always try to change to this direction, go this direction. I think you've got to be open to it. You can't just think, oh, I'm thick-headed. I'm gonna stick to this way. This is my way or the highway, speak, because people are just not gonna listen, not gonna bother with you when you're like that. You know what I mean? They might like one direction that they're in, but it doesn't suit you. Sometimes that's gonna happen. Yeah, you can't like, you've got to like do it for yourself. You've got to be selfish in a sense. You've got to go with where you feel the heart is, or where you're led to, or whatever, you know.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I do agree with you. Yeah, I totally, yeah, because um, yeah, I do agree with you. Yeah, totally on that, for sure.
Now, have we reached the hour? Because we got to get you off here before your son drives you crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I think I'm probably gonna. It might be safe for me to. I'll message Mike just to postpone tomorrow. It's not fair for him to have to wait too long for me to tell him tomorrow. I'll just postpone it in case, and then it just might be safer. You know, it's not fair to him to plan his day to us to talk, and I can't make it. I definitely can't do it with my son home anyway, because he's been a bit more annoying today than last week. He was as good as gold. Oh, last week, time before, I think he was good as gold. Then he didn't even say a word. But this
Mm-hmm.
time, no, you know. But there we go.
You're the one that started the show, so you're the one that's got to finish it.
There we go. So, here we are, guys. Sorry if you can hear the noise in the background, my son singing. So, this is Old Man Talking, episode 11. I think we got one left of the current run. And so, we'll see you all next week, same time, same place. And thanks for watching. Bye for now.